Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman news video recapping the events of the week, December 9th to December 15th, 2016. Our top news stories this week included the second Justice League movie has been delayed, Justice League Action premieres in the USA, and a look back at the year that was 2016. Let's check out these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Bros. Has pushed back the release of the second Justice League movie from its original 2019 date in favour of concentrating on Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie. The Justice League sequel was supposed to be released on June 14th, 2019. The 2017 and 2019 Justice League films were originally announced by Warner Bros. To be filmed back-to-back. Filming for the first Justice League movie wrapped up in October and will be released in November 2017 as planned. In TV news, Cartoon Network in the UK released another preview video clip from an episode of the Justice League Action animated series. In this clip from the episode titled Under a Red Sun, Steppenwolf takes away Superman's powers during a battle on a planet with a red sun.
You can waste all day shooting at me, Steppenwolf.
Not this day, Kryptonian.
We'll see about that.
That's it, Superman. Burn through your body's precious energy. Hardly the ferocious heat vision I expected.
What have you done to me?
Your body is a solar battery for the yellow sun of Earth, Kryptonian. But we are no longer on Earth. Behold. You are betrayed by your own biology, and by my own genius. Yes, thrash and flail. The more energy you expend, the faster you descend into powerlessness.
DC Entertainment also released a new preview video clip from the premiere of Justice League Action. Titled Shazam Slam, the villainous Black Adam battles Batman on the Rock of Eternity and unleashes a horde of Jinn determined to turn the Earth back to its pre-human volcanic state. Affected by the otherworldly powers of these primordial monsters, Batman becomes possessed and is turned into a giant flying bat monster laying waste to the Hall of Justice, with only Superman capable of taking the fight to the Dark Knight. One by one, the Justice League, with the help of Shazam and the Wizard, must hunt down and defeat each Jinn in order to yet again save the world from destruction. In an interview with TVinsider.com, producer Jim Krieg spoke about the audience they're aiming to target and the influences behind Justice League Action. He said, "We wanted to make a show that would bring in younger viewers and at the same time satisfy the die-hard DC fans." Justice League Action premieres on Cartoon Network in the US today, Friday, December 16th at 6 p.m. In comic book news, during New Jersey Comic Expo last month, Superman comic writer Peter J. Tomasi gave the following video interview to the Superman homepage's T.A. Hewitt, where he spoke about his run on Superman and what we can expect from upcoming storylines in 2017.
I can't really tell too much. There's a lot of big, cool surprises in it, but it just comes out of the blue, so to speak. And it opens with, well, I can't even mention that. Let's just say there's a lot of cool surprises coming your way on the multiverse stuff.
Also during New Jersey Comic Expo, comic book creator Jamal Igle chatted with T.A. Hewitt, where he spoke about his run on the Supergirl comic book, his thoughts on the Supergirl TV series, and his ideas for a new Supergirl comic book story.
More than likely, I would pick up whatever Steve Orlando, if I were to take over after what Steve Orlando is doing now, I would basically try to spin off from those threads. But I have a very particular story where some alien somewhere out in space puts a bounty on Supergirl's head. So she gets bombarded by all these alien bounty hunters, and she has to go into space and find out who put the price on her head and why, and so that's the story that I would want to do.
A new DC All Access video takes us behind the scenes of the upcoming Justice League vs. Suicide Squad comic book crossover with writer Joshua Williamson.
Justice League vs. Suicide Squad is about Batman has finally realized that he needs to put a stop to Amanda Waller's Task Force X. And so he finally tells Justice League what the Suicide Squad is and how they operate, and they go after them. For us, it's a story about redemption, and whether or not you can have redemption, we've hit the amount of being a villain the way that the Suicide Squad has.
Justice League vs. Suicide Squad begins with a prologue story in Suicide Squad number 8, which is on sale now. Comic books we reviewed this week included Superman number 12, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 5 out of 5, saying, "Seeing the writers make Lois a strong and capable woman that we know she is makes for a great story." T.A. Hewitt reviewed Justice League number 10, saying the story hasn't been nearly engrossing enough to justify a third part, and he rated this issue a 2 out of 5. Superman comics available this week from December 14th include DC Superhero Girls Pastimes at Superhero High Chapter 6 digital comic is available now. Action Comics 969, which is available in a variant cover. DC Rebirth Holiday Special number 1. Deathstroke number 8, which is available in a variant cover. Earth 2 Society number 19. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 10 is available in a variant Brainiac cover. New Superman number 6 is also available in a variant cover. Red Hood and the Outlaws number 5 also comes in a variant cover. Supergirl number 4 is also available in a variant cover. Superwoman number 5 also comes in a variant cover. Superman number 10 second printing. Justice League of America The Silver Age Volume 2 trade paperback. And Superman The Golden Age Omnibus Volume 3 hardcover. These are the top 9 Superman products as voted by you in the 2016 Shield Awards. Get the number 1 choice, the Superman Lois Lane Rescue Fleischer statue for $199.99. Or how about the 6th place Funko Pop Clark Kent figure for just $18.95. These and other awesome Superman collectibles are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman Homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, Sarawak, one of the 2 Malaysian states on the island of Borneo, is the latest location for a new DC Comics superhero store featuring a variety of DC characters' merchandise. Officially launched this month at the Spring Shopping Mall, the store carries a wide range of apparel, accessories, gifts and novelties that channels the excitement and energy of the iconic DC characters. The store creates a unique experience that appeals to comic fanatics and fashion trendsetters alike. The attached DC Comics Superheroes Cafe has also introduced their new Super Christmas sets, which also come with a free gift while stocks last. That's all the news there was for the week December 9th to December 15th. Before I sign off, as this is our final Speeding Bulletin for 2016, I wanted to look back quickly over the year that was and reiterate some of what I posted in my recent Big Blue Report newsletter. On the big screen in 2016, we saw Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman come together for the first time in a live-action film. Now, while Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice created just as much controversy as it did box office takings, it was nevertheless an historic moment in the DC Comics cinematic universe. On the small screen, well, on our not-so-small television screens, Supergirl continued to soar, moving from CBS to the CW. While we had the historic 4-way Invasion crossover, 2016 will also be remembered for giving us a new Superman in Tyler Hoechlin. We also now have Justice League Action airing on Cartoon Network, and it feels like a long time since we've seen Superman in cartoon form on our TVs. In the comic books, Superman saw a return to favour with the Rebirth era bringing back the post-crisis Man of Steel and Lois Lane, along with their son Jonathan. The mystery and intrigue behind the how and why of it all has got readers putting these titles to the top of their reading pile once again week after week. As for the Superman homepage, 2016 was an important year for us. After a period of almost 10 years, we updated the complete structure of the website, relaunching in mid-2016 with a new look site. So all in all, there's no doubting that 2016 has been an important year in the world of Superman. I can only imagine what 2017 has in store for us. As this is the final Speeding Bulletin for 2016, on behalf of everyone at the Superman homepage, I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Super New Year.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Ho, 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 everyone, and welcome to a fantastic holiday episode of Great Scott. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty V. The only thing that makes this a holiday episode is that it's our last episode before the new year. So I want to say happy holidays to everybody, whatever you celebrate. Happy New Year coming up. Enjoy the great year we've got. Where we're going to have Wonder Woman, we're going to have Justice League, and I'm certain we're going to have new announcements for what's happening with Superman, Man of Steel, how it's going to figure in. We'll find out about his return in Justice League, and then we'll find out what comes next. Hopefully there'll be some teasers leading into where his story goes from here. And we've had some great things happening with Supergirl on television. We had the big crossover. I finally finished the whole thing up, and it was great. Kind of a gift going into the holidays. The shows are all on break now. But what a great way to end. Getting everybody together. My only issue, I think, with it was I think it's just going to be too difficult, really, to integrate Supergirl and do an episode with all those other people. As evidenced by when they all had to try and fight her, they just all kept getting knocked down over and over and over. And it was a great sequence. It was great to see that finally someone was like, you know what? A guy in a bat suit can't just come in here and take out one of the supers of the super family. You know, it happens with Superman and Batman all the time. It happens, you know, there's a Deadshot comic out right now, or Deathstroke comic, I forget which one it is, where apparently there's a sword and Superman's cape on it, like mimicking the death of Superman with Doomsday when his cape fell off and was on that post, kind of indicating that it's even possible for someone, a trained assassin, to be able to beat Superman. It happens a lot. It happens entirely too much, and they figure out ways to make Superman look like he's not as super as he should be. But at least on this, they couldn't really use Supergirl because if you really used her to her capacity, she could have just figured out the whole thing and gotten rid of everybody on her own. But instead, they had her turn evil for a short time, or she was mind-controlled with a whole group of them. But then, earlier, she was helping to train everybody, knocking everybody down, and then Ollie sidelined her because he suddenly had this discrimination toward aliens because he had his mind manipulated, and they were trying to keep him captured on the ship along with some of the others, Ray and White Canary and Diggle. But, so, I think that was another way to kind of keep her out of the story. And of all the parts, she really only had a minor role in both the final episode and in the Flash episode. She was very, very little in the Arrow episode, and it was a great Arrow episode. It was the 100th episode, and it had a lot of guest stars return that had been dead. So it was a really great episode. It's still my favorite show out of the CW superhero shows, but it really wasn't a great crossover show with other characters. Even White Canary, who was in it, Ray, they all originated on Arrow, so it made sense for them to be there. So writing for your own show, it was a better show. But as part of the crossover, it didn't really have, other than they were trapped by the Dominators. The Dominators weren't really in it. There wasn't really a lot about the takeover of the world. The best story of the Alien arc was the Legends of Tomorrow arc, where we found out why they were here, that they were here in the 50s, that there was a big deal going on, and that there was a guy from the 50s who had tried to screw them over back then, and he was still here now. The funniest part of that was Ollie tells Flash he has to do something when they're surrounded by the guys, and Flash runs around, and they do the whole Quicksilver homage where he stops the bullet, moves it, puts the gun down like this, and then they all stop, and a bullet from a distance hits Ray, the worst person to shoot at, here in the arm. He's in armor, and he doesn't even hit him in the face. And they go, "Sniper!" And they all run. They all run off. A sniper would just hit you right in the mouth, you'd be dead, or he'd hit one of the people, all of the people, probably before anybody could move. Maybe not Flash, if he hit somebody else first, because then Flash could move. But if Flash is just standing still and doesn't know there's a gun, and none of them did, why would he shoot a guy in bulky armor in the arm if he's a sniper? Pretty bad sniper. But I like the whole, wow, she looks like my cousin from Brandon Routh. The whole Star-Spangled Idiot thing, Mick, is hilarious. And since this is a Superman podcast, I thought Supergirl's role was good in it when she was there. I just didn't think that she was used greatly. And it's because they can't figure out a way to really put her in this group, which is why they put her in her own universe to begin with. And they made it really hard for Barry to find her. Oh, we opened these things up all over the town. And finally, we hit on your place, and now at the end of the crossover, they just give her a thing, and she can come anytime she wants. So they're actually creating her own problem. I assume it won't happen very often. There's supposed to be some kind of musical. Hopefully it's like Music Meister or something. That Batman Brave and the Bold was one of the best episodes where everyone was singing because the Music Meister had them under his control. I thought this was Supergirl on this shirt. I don't think it is, based on the leaves on the bottom. I think it's Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Batgirl. Or maybe it's Catwoman. Yeah, it's Catwoman, because it's the scratch there. So it's the villains. But it is a DC shirt. I don't have a Supergirl shirt. I wanted to wear one, but I thought this might have been it, so I put it on. Anyway, I thought the crossover was good. We got a lot of stuff to look forward to in 2017. And I hope you have a great holiday season with your families and friends. And we'll talk to you in the new year. Thanks for watching, and remember, ho, 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 always look up in the sky.